Hi, this is Eric Martin with Board Game Geek. I'm here with Nate Hayden, looking at the Mushroom Eaters at Spiel 2013, which is sold out. So this is the last copy right here. And hoping, I mean, it looks unlike anything I've seen before. All right, just from the little bit that we've seen, the artwork you're showing us, hoping you can give an overview of the game and talk about it.
So in this game, everybody, there's a shaman studying you, and they're trying to check out to make a new shaman of the village. So she's monitoring how you're going through a psychedelic trip. In this game, everyone begins by drinking a mushroom tea, and the game uses this action path that we kind of go along, and it will unfold the board, and in the end, players just keep playing on this action path until they reach the final action, and then what will happen is they have victory points that they're collecting, and these victory points represent different memories or insights that they're gaining. Okay. So this would be a half a point. It's considered understanding a greater infinite idea or fractal concept of something quite large, but you're just understanding a fragment of this, and this is worth just half a point. These are just like a basic awakened insight, you know, like money is an illusion or something like this, or something like that. This would be a greater wisdom, something that you might carry with you for the rest of your life. This is worth 2 points, and this would be the art of letting your mind expand, and this would be worth 3 points at the end of the game. The player with the most paradox, this is called paradox, at the end of the game, will earn 6 points at the end of the game, and there's also these cards that can be collected but aren't worth points per se, but the player with the most cards at the end of the game will get 3 points at the end of the game. Okay.
Can you show a little more about how the board expands?
Absolutely. So what will happen is players have a hand of cards of 8 cards in their hand, and on a turn they play a card from their hand, and they move this pawn forward. So if I played a 3, I'd move this three spaces forward, and we'd experience that action. There's a variety of different style of actions. There's a lot of gaining and losing things, so you're managing yourself throughout this entire trip. At certain points in the board, they'll reach spaces that have this sort of icon, and it will flip the board over, and it just sort of increases where their journey goes, and they just kind of happen like this. The board is in 3D, so players could wear glasses if they wanted to. It has no effect on the gameplay. But it just...
I think it could.
Yeah, it could have definitely effect on the gameplay.
Slow it down quite a bit.
Maybe.
No, I'm just imagining someone staring at the board.
Yeah. It's the beauty of downtime. Actually, I don't think downtime's too bad if you can do neat things with downtime. Right. But anyhow, the board just keeps expanding, and it keeps going, and eventually it will expand this portion of the board. And players are basically just managing themselves through this entire affair. There's a nervous system sort of monitor that will affect, you're sort of managing your nervous system. If you're high on this track, you're rather calm. If you're very low on this track, you're basically having a panic attack. Right. And there's also just different boards that monitor how you're focusing throughout the game. And then, so there's just a variety of ways players will gather or lose victory points and energy and so on and so forth.
Okay. So will there be more copies? Will this be like Cave Evil, where you come have sort of short production runs?
Yeah, this was all manufactured by hand like 2 weeks before the fair, and I only was able to make 50 of them. So it just depends. It's hard to say like enthusiasm for this sort of thing. I think there's some people that would be really excited about a game like this, but then other people, it would be nothing that they'd ever want to touch. So
right. I guess it's finding the right audience and how they find you.
Exactly.
They might not be on BGG looking for games.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
But it might draw them to BGG eventually, sort of thing. Like it could be, oh wow, there's a game about this, and they might buy it and then realize they like gaming, stuff like this.
All right. Well, thanks very much for the overview.
All right.
And good luck.
Take care.